Everybody, it's Mr. D at In the Middle, Mr. D1 at blogspot.com, and it's September of 2018. And recently, of course, in August and September, we have a ton of new purchases for S Cubed by teachers who've heard of the program from their peers. They've seen the results with the kids that the teachers are teaching, and they want to be a part of it. And that is an awesome thing, and I'm super excited about it. Well, one of the things that I have noticed this year is some questions about how do I get my students to win? Or I've seen questions like, what do I do if I have students with intellectual limitations and they're struggling about remembering not to sing the forbidden pattern in the game? And so I've spoken to that in the program, by the way, like it is inside the program. So if you follow my program step by step as I've intended it to do, one lesson at a time, one day at a time, and you watch the teaching tip videos, you will find the answers to that question as you go. But I'm going to speak to it again because I've seen it so much recently. I tried to dot every I and cross every T when I made the program. So I did include that video. However, I want to speak to it now. So right now, in my 7th grade men's class, I have a child with some really difficult intellectual limitations. And he's in a class of about 38 children. And so he often forgets the pattern. It's not on purpose by any means. And the students, what I do, I don't even miss a beat. Like I'll hear that it's him because my ears are good, thankfully, even at my age. And I know that it's him. The students know that it's him. And then I don't say a word. I just go over and I give the kids the point. And you keep it going. You keep, and even if I have a doubt that it was maybe him and one other child, I give them the benefit of the doubt. We keep it positive, right? We don't lecture, we don't penalize. When you do those things, you create an atmosphere where, especially with middle school kids, where some students will want to purposefully sing the forbidden pattern. So I've gotten that question as well. Some students, you're going to have I get one about every 5 years who wants to be funny and sing the forbidden pattern. I don't give him the attention that he's seeking in that moment. What I do in that moment is I notice that it was on purpose, and I just go, okay, class, you get the point. And I go over and I mark the point, and then after class, I pull that child aside without anybody knowing, and I talk to that child about it. Because we always correct in private and we praise in public. And when you do those things, you're following the philosophy of S Cubed, and you're keeping your room set up in a positive situation. You are rewarding the children, like the majority of your children are going to be on the team, right? You want them to be on a team against you, but really you want them to win, right? That's the whole thing. So you're glad when they win. But at the same time, you keep that whole idea of I'm competing against you and all of this, right? And you can get quite competitive with a class who is really doing well with that team spirit. And so you are the coach, and it's your job it's our jobs as coaches to create successfully the atmosphere that we need to create. So I addressed 2 of the issues that I've seen recently, which is when they sing it on purpose, and then children who are really struggling with remembering. I have many other examples I'm trying to think of. When I have children that just have, maybe they don't have ADHD or anything, but they aren't as focused as they should be, I physically move my body in front of those people, and I stand and look at them, and I will make sure that as I'm about to sing it, I'm looking at them in the eye. And then, of course, the funnier you can be, the more you act like you're trying to distract them, that's the key, then the more likely they are to remember not to sing the pattern. And you will get better and better and better at that. And then you'll get those moments that I love when they applaud themselves when they beat you in those first few times. There is always a way to create the atmosphere that you want. And I have put so much information in the program to guide you toward that. So look at every single teaching tip, every single one. Don't ever skip one. And you're going to find, because I know the time of year, I know the time in the process when you're going to have situations, and I've included and I've addressed almost every single one. So anyway, I hope that helps you, and have a great time with the program. That's the key.